And I'm Brother Steve Demaio. I'm going into my third year of theology in Jerusalem, and I've had the blessing of living in Jerusalem for the past couple of years. And I knew from the very first couple of weeks that this was going to be a special place. Not only because it's the place of Jesus, but I really recognize the whole of humanity in this city. Right? The good, the bad, the beautiful, the ugly, the true, the false, politics and religion and culture and food and people and language, not only of the people who live here, but the millions of tourists who come to visit. And now as I'm studying theology and I spend a lot of time in prayer, obviously the person of Jesus Christ comes to the forefront of my experience. And I see in this city the representation of Jesus, right? Fully human and fully God. And now I recognize the ugliness of sin, right? We recognize it, I can recognize it here in the city, we can recognize it in the world, but I also recognize the beauty of God, the beauty of the divinity of God, but also the beauty of our humanity, right? Jesus Christ, fully God and fully human. And so as Salesians, after every meditation that we have every morning, we say a prayer of consecration. And in one of those prayers, it speaks about Bosco, right? That he has this splendid blending of nature and of grace. And this is the fruit of a deep and long relationship, a friendship with Christ throughout his whole life. But he was open to that divine life. He was open to the beauty of God. But he was also open to the beauty of his own humanity. Right? Christ taught him how to reject the ugliness of sin, to reject sin, to be freed from sin, and to allow his humanity, the beauty of his humanity, to be revealed to the world. And so as I get a chance to sit in this messy and complicated yet beautiful place, right, I too pray, right, to be like the saints, to allow that divine life, to allow that grace to work in my life, to reject the ugliness of sin, but really to allow the beauty of my own humanity, the humanity that was created by God, to be revealed to the world. Your life is going to be messy. It is for all of us, right? It's filled with many beautiful moments, but it's also filled with sinfulness. It's also filled with setbacks and difficulties and moments of suffering. But we know that Jesus came into an imperfect world. We know that God descended into our reality. And so he teaches us and he gives us that grace. He gives us that opportunity for a beautiful life, that beautiful divine life. But he also shows us and gives us that grace to reject the ugliness of sin and to allow our beauty of our humanity to be revealed to the world. And so as we go, as we pray, as we continue this journey back home to God, we ask for the intercession of Don Bosco, right? So that he can intercede for us, so that at the end of our lives, as good Christians and honest citizens, we too may be gifted with that splendid blending of nature and of grace. Good night.